literally just realised I've got no eyebrows on. So that's probably why I look so crazy. I call my husband live from the living room. Live from the living room.
Hello.
Hello. Please could you get me an eyebrow pencil?
Yes, what kind of, what is an eyebrow pencil?
So, you know my little holder that has all, yeah, well you know my little holder that has all my pencils in?
Oh yeah, your pencil case, yeah.
It's not a pencil case, it's a pencil holder. There's a difference.
Yeah.
So in there is a large silver one and it says Benefit Goof Proof on it.
Benefit Goof Goof. Yes, there is one of those ones, yeah.
Thank you. Oh, are you in there?
Yeah, I'm on the way.
Oh, handy. I thought you were...
No job too small, no job too big.
That's not right. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great week. So my DPD man has just dropped round my Selfridges order with all of my Boom Boom Bloom collection order from MAC. This is the first full collection that I have been just jumped all over. As soon as I saw it, the packaging, the like whole color scheme, everything about it, I was like, yeah, I need all of that. So I have got a lot of it here, pretty much the whole collection. So I wanted to share that with you. This launched yesterday, which was the 7th, I think. Yes, here in the UK, but it is going to be another few weeks. I've seen the 7th of March floating around, but I think it's just like a rumour. I don't think that's been confirmed yet. So the US and hopefully the rest of the world will be getting this in a few weeks. So I thought I'd jump on, for those of you who it's not been released yet, to see if you want to pick something up, show you swatches, show you how it performs, and give you my thoughts on the whole collection. So I realise I'm looking a little bit bonkers right now. I'm looking very yellow in the facial area, but we're just gonna ignore that. We had a situation, but we're just gonna pretend that this is fine. But yes, so I will have a timestamp down below if you are only interested in me whacking these on my face, you're not interested in swatches and the info and the deets, then skip ahead to this number. Otherwise, we're gonna look at packaging, we're gonna swatch everything, and I'm gonna give you all of the details and info that I have found. Quick apology, the weather here is horrendous. There's a full-on monsoon outside, rain and wind for days. So I'm sure you can hear some background noise, which is wind and rain, so I'm really sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. So here's what MAC say about the collection. Put the boom into bloom, get swept up into spring with a petal-powered collection. Keep the bloom alive. The limited edition lineup featuring exclusively designed Sakura printed packaging includes cherry blossom scented Prep and Prime Fix Plus, highlight powders, lipsticks, lip gloss, strobe cream, and an eyeshadow palette. But the strobe cream is just the original strobe cream, so I feel like that's a lie. But there you have it. So that is the thought, the idea behind the packaging and all of that stuff. Is it's very spring, very cherry blossom, very pretty feminine colours. My advice just quickly regarding the eyeshadow palette, if you have your eye on that, that sold out on MAC's website almost instantly, like before I'd woken up at sort of 7:30 in the morning, and it didn't go on at midnight. I'm not sure what time it went on, but that eyeshadow palette was first to go straight out the door. So please bear that in mind. If you want that, you're gonna have to be snappy, because apparently it's very popular. So first up we have the Fix Plus spray. Obviously it's not that exciting, it is just a regular Fix Plus with a cherry blossom scent. You know, does the same thing as our regular Fix Plus, but just with a different smell. But look at this packaging, so pretty. It is just to die for. All of the white actually has a pearlescent pink finish to it. Very, very pretty, much prettier than it looked. I thought online, I was like, oh, I wish it didn't have like the white, but it's actually lovely, very, very pretty. But for me, this is like a standard buy because I always have a Fix Plus, and I was like, actually this bottle is so beautiful. I'm just gonna keep reusing this. You know, when I buy a new one, I'll just refill this bottle and I can use this as long as it, you know, will wear for, basically. Everything is the standard prices, there's no raised prices for the collection. Fix Plus is the same price as usual at £19. All of the lipsticks the same price as usual, etc. So I only picked up one gloss. I'm actually not that much of a gloss person, but I like the look of this one. I thought it'd be perfect for summer. And honestly, just this packaging just killed me. I just couldn't resist it. Look at that. so pretty. The packaging of this collection just killed me. I just had to have it all. So this is the shade Cherry Mochi, and just kill me dead. There's no special scent to the lip gloss. It is just one of the standard lip gloss scents, that sort of vanilla-y, lovely scent that they have, just as per the usual. I then got 2 of the lipsticks. There are 5 lipsticks, 4 of them are matte finishes, and I picked up 2 of the matte finishes. All of these boxes, by the way, are identical to the first box, exactly as the same as what you get inside. Oh my God, look at these bullet lipsticks. They are just perfection. I just love this packaging. It's killing me. This little band here is like a sort of pinky shine. Just the packaging is me all over. I'm obsessed. It is perfection. So I got the shade Wagasa Twirl, which is, as I said, a matte. There was only 1 cream sheen or creme sheen, however you like to say it, in the collection, and that was the shade Hey Kiss Me. All of the others are mattes, so love that. And this is the shade Hi-Fructease. So it's basically a sort of mauve toned and a peachy tone. So the 2 shades that I was obviously going to go for. So this is Wagasa Twirl and this is Hi-Fructease, the peachier shade. Both just so pretty, so spring, loving it. So next up, this is the eyeshadow palette. So it's one of their eyeshadow times 9 palettes. And like I said, this sold out instantly. Oh my God, it is so pretty, guys. I just can't even deal. It is so pretty, look at it. Oh my goodness. So the back is that iridescent white, again with a sort of pink sparkle. Inside little to throw away. Oh, that's even cuter in real life. I probably wasn't gonna pick this up, but I felt like I wanted to show you guys and help you with the whole collection, so I had to get the eyeshadow palette. But I'm so glad I did, because I do have lots of eyeshadow palettes and these are not like mega unique shades or anything. But for me, I am missing from my collection a mini little travelable palette. Like, all my palettes are quite big. The smallest palettes I have are like the Anastasia palettes. So this does represent something different for me. And I feel like this is the perfect travel palette because you've got some real, just perfect staple mattes. You know, a light, a moderate and a deep brown matte in the middle. You've got all kinds of lid options. You've got a brow bone and inner corner highlight. So it's literally the dream to travel. So although, you know, it's not a particularly unique color story, the packaging is to die for. And if you don't have, you know, mini palettes, then it does definitely serve the purpose of being, you know, an easy, any occasion, travel friendly palette. So that's kind of why I was drawn to pick this up, even though, you know, I am good for palettes. Here are the eyeshadow swatches. So you have the 3 mattes at the top, and then this is the right hand side and the left hand side of shimmers. So yeah, looking really nice and pigmented and soft. And last but not least, this is one of the highlighting highlighting powders. So I picked up the shade Spring Bling. There was a bronzy shade and a pink shade. And just look at this. I mean, for crying out loud. So I actually asked Dominic Skinner, if you don't know him, he's on Instagram as Dom MUA. He is one of Mac's global senior artists, and he always has like the swatches of stuff coming out from Mac, and he had swatched the 2 powders. I was very confused which one to pick up. Neither really looked like they would work for me as a highlighter. This one looks too dark, and the pink, I'm just not a pink highlighter kind of person. So I asked him, which of these would you recommend for like an NC30, and he told me to go for this one. He also replied to some comments asking about these and asking about their formula, and what he said is that this shimmer is an overspray. The shimmer does not go the whole way through, and underneath, he says, is like a soft pearl matte formula. So these, according to Dominic, are not really highlights. They are more like a luminous blush or bronzer, depending on your skin tone. They're not going to be like a blinding highlight. Once you use the overspray, they're really not blingy at all. So we will try that out today. I will give it a good going over and see what we can see underneath and see what we think of the formula. So that's why I've got a bare face, because I'm not sure if it's going to be a bronzer, a blush or a highlight on me. We're just gonna see how it goes. I feel so sad swatching this, I can't even tell you. So yeah, so this is like a swatch of the overspray, and that is very quickly gone. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see that, but the glitter is essentially gone now from in there. So that's good. I don't know why companies do an overspray. I feel like we just want to see what the product is. I guess it's pretty to look at, but it's, yeah, bit of a waste of time. So this is the overspray swatch. Like, I feel like this is the thing, if you ordered it because this is what you wanted and then the rest of the product is not that, it's a little bit annoying. So yeah, here's the swatch of the overspray, and then this is what's underneath, and there's definitely still some glow left in there, and there is still obviously some overspray left, like in around the flower and like in the cracks and stuff. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be like a sort of glowy bronzer on me. So yeah, definitely a good choice. As Dominic said, it could be like a bronzer topper or a blush, or if you have deeper skin tone, it's got some glow, but I'd say once the overspray is gone, it's not really gonna be an effective highlighter for most people. So we're all zoomed in, ready to give these shadows a little whirl. So I'm gonna start with the lightest matte. Straight away I'm noticing there's quite a lot of kickback I wasn't really expecting, because it's not necessarily typical of a MAC shadow. So that is interesting. Also, just to note, there's no mirror obviously in this little palette, so that's a slightly annoying thing, but obviously they were wanting their packaging. They were going for something very beautiful as opposed to a mirror. So this is the lightest matte, as I said, and it's going on nicely, blending out nicely. Kind of looks a little darker maybe than I was expecting, maybe. But yeah, liking that. Yeah, so definitely I'm just touching my brush in, and so it's, yeah, a nice amount of pigment, to be honest. I feel like MAC shadows can be very hit and miss, so yeah, this first shade is definitely, you know, their better formula. This is kind of like a slightly darker version of MAC's Soft Brown. By the way, I'm just using my Sigma E40 with this first shadow to blend. So next I'm going to swap over to my Morphe M441, and I'm going to go into the next matte down. And that is a similar story, a little bit of kickback, but nothing that bothers me at all. Just to note that this is going to be like a, you know, touch your brush in, not a swirl kind of palette from the looks of it. Just going to slightly build that up in the crease. Going for like a quick, easy, pretty look today. I'm really liking how these are blending, and I feel like the colour story is just really nice and simple and pretty and very spring actually. I'm going to go down a brush again to my Zoeva 225, and I'm going to go into the last matte in the palette. Actually, that shade hasn't really given me much kickback, so interesting to know. Yeah, again, going on nicely, nice amount of pigment. I was wondering whether this was going to be less pigmented because there was less kickback, but doesn't seem to be. Really happy with all the mattes so far. And then I'm getting back to my E40 to just give that a blend. I'm definitely a bit heavy-handed, like I'm no pro with the eyeshadows, I promise you. I'm fully aware, but yeah, I'm finding it really easy to work with. So far, so good. So what shade? I feel like I have to use this one because it's the like kind of standout shimmer to me, and I'm going to go in with my MAC 242 for first, although it definitely looks like this is going to need some Fix Plus or a finger. See, it's actually fine by itself. Very pretty and soft, but let's see what happens with the spray. So going in now with a Fixed Plus brush, wow. So that's quite a difference there, definitely more foiled. I'm not getting any fallout on the lid whatsoever, that's not a problem at all. I'm just gonna even my eyes up now. But yeah, definitely can benefit obviously from a wet brush, which most shimmers can. And now I'm just gonna highlight my brow bone and my inner corners with the light champagne-y shade at the top. Kind of reminds me of MAC's Nylon. Very blingy. Perfect for a brow bone blinder. That is icy. Really nice inner corner. That'd be lovely on the lid. And by the way, this is a dry brush and this is the Zoeva 238. So I'm just going to take my Zoeva pencil brush and I'm going to use the middle matte and just smudge a little of that under the lower lash line to finish. A very amateur friendly palette, no issues at all. Happy with how the lip came out, you know, pretty soft, exactly kind of how they described it really. So I'm just going to pop on my Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara and then we'll be back to look at the rest of the product. Okay, so here is the eye look now with mascara on and everything kind of finished. I think it's really pretty, it's really nice. It's definitely nothing that I really have done before on my eyes, quite different for me. I generally either stick to neutrals or kind of use like, you know, lighter lid shades. So yeah, I think this is really pretty and I could definitely see me using this a lot. So yeah, I think as per Dominic's advice, I'm gonna try this as like a sort of highlighting bronzer and just see if that's gonna work, because otherwise I really don't know what this is gonna be for, to be honest. Yeah, so can you see it is luminous, but it's, I don't think many people, this is going to be like enough of like a highlight situation for them. Like this initial side, I went in on here first and this is quite hard to blend, I imagine, because it's got more of that overspray on it, which is obviously not their sort of, the formula they're going for. But yeah, see the overspray is now totally gone. Let's do another swatch now. Yeah, it literally just looks like a bronzer now, which is good, because that means I can use it. Well, it's good for me because that's what I wanted to use it for, but it's obviously not great if you want it as a highlighting powder, which is what they're calling on the website. So now that overspray is totally gone, it's like a slightly luminous bronzer to me, as far as I can see, which is good for me. Like I said, you know, I'm always in the market for a nice bronzer. I do love a bronzer, but if you are ordering this based on it being a highlighting powder, as it's called on the MAC website, I think you'll be disappointed. And this is why we all follow Dominic Skinner, because that guy knows what he is talking about. And he speaketh the truth. Okay, so here is the finished bronzing situation. I really like it as a bronzer. I think it's exactly what I look for. It's a nice, you know, not too warm, not too cool. It's got a bit of a glow to it. But yeah, there's definitely no glitter or shimmer. So as far as it being a highlight, I don't know if I understand that. This is a highlight. This is Becca's Opal. This is a highlight. Okay, so we're clear. So I'm gonna start off with the Hi-Fructease lip shade. Standard MAC scent. Really nice, like the best like MAC formula, you know, that creamy matte. Described as a matte, but definitely getting a bit of a glow. Very creamy, very comfortable on the lips. Nice formula, went on really, really nicely. Shade goes like perfect with the eye. And next up we have the Wagasa Twirl lipstick. Really nice pigmented formula. This is again like a very soft, pretty, feminine. I mean, again, it's called a matte, but to me it's more of a like satin. Very smooth, very pigmented, went on like a dream. And I'm going to show you the gloss on its own. Okay, that is pigmented. Going on very smooth, it's not sticky at all. A really pigmented gloss, really happy with that. You wouldn't need to wear lipstick underneath it. I'm just going to show you a combo just to cover all bases, you know. So this is Wagasa Twirl reapplied, and now I'm going to go over the top with the Cherry Mochi lip gloss again. Such a nice combo. These colours are just like spring heaven to me. And last but not least, let's give ourselves a little spritz. Yeah, it just smells like a really soft, flowery cherry blossom scent. It's not really pungent, but it is definitely there. Very pretty, floral, powdery smell. So there you have it. This is the finished look with all the products. I really love everything. I feel like the lipsticks are much brighter and pinkier than I think they kind of looked or that I was maybe expecting them to be. But I was kind of looking for all these products to be like spring products, holiday products, and they could not be more perfect for like spring, summer, holiday colours and shades. It's just, everything is just so pretty and soft, and it is literally cherry blossom in a collection. That is what it is. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any other questions about any of the products I've used, please hit me up in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. As I said, it's going to be, this is now available in Selfridges and MAC in the UK and Ireland, and apparently it will be in the next few weeks in like the other places of the world. Certainly the US, I haven't heard any other countries mentioned, but the US it will be in the next few weeks, and I haven't heard a rumour, 7th of March, but it's just a rumour. Anyway, I hope to see you in a future video and enjoy the rest of your day. I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye 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 bye.